Have you heard about perfection? Have you heard about such an architecture that is perfect in every aspect of it? Like its location, area, perfect orientation, marvelous height, stunning carvings, incredible architecture, and most importantly, its symmetry, along with the uniqueness of each element. Maybe you think we're talking about 1 out of 7 wonders on the earth. But it will not be hype if we say that it's more than 7 wonders. Maybe the list of 7 wonders was not capable enough to hold its perfectness and beauty, and that's why they didn't include it in that list. So to overcome that mistake of the selectors, we have started a series called as 100 Wonders of India. More than 7 wonders. So in that series, as wonder number 1, we have included this magnificent marble structure, the Chaturmukh Temple of Ranakpur, which houses some of the most intricate and beautiful sculptures you will not find anywhere else. Even after 600 years, they are still in very good condition, without a trace of damage. With over 1,000 pillars and sculptures, it is a masterpiece of art and architecture unmatched anywhere else in the world. The scrubby jungle of the Aravalli hills in southwestern Rajasthan. Forested valleys fall from peaks some 4,000 feet high. 500 years ago, this region was part of the Rajput kingdom of Muir, which was controlled from the great fort of Kumhalgarh. Just a short distance from it is one of the great masterpieces of India. Surrounded by hills and forest, this huge temple will make you fall in love with its immense beauty. It is like a jewel in the middle of what was once a dense forest. The Chaturmukh or Four-Faced Temple in Ranakpur is a huge 3-storied temple, spread over an area of 48,000 square feet. Incredibly, this temple can accommodate 17 tennis courts into itself. Its construction began in 1439 and took almost 60 years to complete. Every surface inside is beautifully decorated. First-time visitors become amazed, as it has many intricate and magnificent sculptures, which you will not find anywhere else. The wonder starts from the entrance. The ceiling of the entrance has numerous hidden symbols of Jain Dharma, and the main gate is carved with numerous miniature carvings which are not easy to see but carved with so much perfection and fine details. As we cross the entrance, the wonder starts. This is 3-story temple with 1,444 pillars, 426 columns, 29 halls, 80 domes, millions of carvings carved on the pillars, and surprisingly very few walls, and sunlight comes directly to every part of the temple. Every figure built inside the temple has some meaning. Like there are 1,444 pillars in this temple. In Jainism there was Haribhadra Shureshwar Maharaj, who wrote 1444 verses on which Jainism is based. Similarly, the entire temple stands on these 1444 pillars, in which there is no supportive wall. Just as every verse is different, like that, every pillar is different from the other. No 2 pillars are the same. Each pillar had different subsections, and each section was worked on independently by different craftsmen. Each craftsman was given free hand, so that he could showcase his craftsmanship with his skill and intelligence. And this is what results in the masterpieces you see at Ranakpur. Another awe-striking feature of this architecture is that despite the labyrinth of pillars, all the pillars are arranged in such a manner that the main sanctuary, where the statue of Lord Adinath is located, can be seen from any point of the temple. Now come to the ceilings, which is another mind-boggling feature of this temple. The entire ceiling of the temple is designed with geometric designs and arabesques and is filled with sculptures of the nymphs and celestial goddesses, playing musical instruments at a height of 14 meters. That catches the eye. Every ceiling has intricate carvings, in which some are beyond imagination, like this Kalpavriksha, the mythical tree that provides everything you desire. This incredible wire carving is carved out of a single marble stone. Another ceiling is this, which has the depiction of Akachaka, a bearded man with 5 bodies representing the 5 elements like water, earth, fire, air, and ether. This is also the ceiling of this temple, which is called as karma ceiling, which depicts the shapes and knots connected to each other to depict the connection between karma and life, which has endless knots. There is no start or end of this pattern. It's an incredible example of perfectness and symmetry, as we can't see any error in this entire pattern. Like this, each and every ceiling of this temple has its own significance and beauty. The next incredible feature of this temple is this idol of Bhagwan Sahasraphan Parshvanath Ji. He is protected by a divine serpent with 1,000 heads, which is intertwined endlessly. We can't find the end of the tails of the elephants. Small carvings are also carved in this entangled part, with their clear features with perfect symmetry. We can't even imagine what tools they must have used 600 years ago to carve through the back of the serpent's body. And there are no joints in this entire carving. The entire idol is made out of a single stone. Now just think, even a skilled artist has to take several retakes to complete a scene. But in such a statue made of stone, there is no option available like backspace, undo, or delete. Yet, despite being so complex, this statue is made in such a symmetry that if only this statue were named one of the 7 wonders of the world, no one would disagree. Just think how skilled the artisans must have been who made it. Making it in one go without making even a millimeter of mistake, that too from a single stone, is no less than a wonder. Now just look at this elephant, which is entirely carved beautifully and filled with inscriptions. But this is not the beauty of this statue. Beauty is here the rider of the elephant, which is a lady. That means at that time the ladies have equal place even in a temple. I've shown you this ceiling earlier, but have you noticed on the sides of this ceiling? Yes, these are erotic carvings, carved on the ceiling. Some erotic carvings are also carved on the outer walls of the temple, which means that even 6 centuries ago our society was educated and open enough to carve such carvings openly and no one opposed it. Other astonishing carvings are of Jambudweep and Palitana temples, which are carved with perfection. The statue of Dharnashah is also carved in this temple, but the credit does not go to him alone. The architect depicted here with a scale in his hand has also got a place. His name was Deepak or Dweep. He came from a very simple family. He was unknown till then. But that was going to change with this temple. No one knows who inspired him, but he had in mind the design of one of the finest buildings in the world, the multi-pillared architectural marvel of Ranakpur. Six centuries later, the Ranakpur temple remains one of India's great artistic structures. Many consider it perfect, but is it so? The builder of this temple, Dharnashah, and the architect Deepak ensured that it was not perfect. That is why among the thousands of perfect pillars and columns, there is one imperfect one. A pillar that is intentionally crooked. It is a reminder that we are human, and we are not divine. This column being out of line reminds us that this is earth. This is not perfection. The builders knew they were creating an extraordinary piece of art, but it can lead to arrogance. And challenging fate was not wise. That's why they intentionally did this. Even in the age of modern technology, perfection still remains a distant ideal. While medieval men deliberately did not achieve it when they built the Chaturmukh Temple of Ranakpur 600 years ago. This shows the humbleness of the creators, even after creating a wonder for the world. In this entire scenario, the twist is that the builder of this temple was a Jain. The one who donated the land for it was a devotee of Lord Shiva. The architect who built it was a poor Shudra. The priests who have been serving in this Jain temple for 17 generations are Brahmins, still worshipping with the same devotion with which Jains do. Temple carvings show the place of women in Indian society at that time. And they did not hesitate even to carve the erotic carvings in a temple. It clearly means that before the British came, we had a mixed culture and everyone had the freedom to work according to their own wishes. And the temples of India were not only a place to worship, but they were also used as a library to teach their society. What do you think about it? Is it really more valuable than 7 wonders or not? Please write down your opinion in the comment box. We will meet you soon with another wonder. Till then, take care and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.